Welcome back, everybody. This is Kesman Houston. In the last part, we killed Jajara at the Bone Fortress and a lot of other bosses, and we fought Sierra, and it was a good time. And in this part, we are going to go back to the underworld to punch Lark in the face and get him to come with us as we fight more dragons. And we have deposited our Rabbite back safe and sound in our barn, never to be seen again. Now, actually, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but sorry about that. I have a little bit of a cough. I'm not sure where it's coming from. But when Pokehell first tells you about the underworld, he says you'll be stuck down there if you're low in spirits. And I used to think, and all of my friends used to think, because we were idiots, that meant the more people that you had in your party, the more likely you were to not get lost down there. So I used to just have my pet follow me around in the underworld because I was terrified of getting lost. But anyway, we got this green cane in the last quest, and it is the location of the last dragon. You want to put it directly above Leucemia and go and fight the dragon. Now this quest I don't think will take us very long, so we'll see where it goes, and I will explain in a moment why it shouldn't take us very long. And by that I mean Lark will explain in a moment, because if you have eyes and can read, you'll be able to see why it shouldn't take very long. However, the boss for this particular quest is not one of my favorites, and when I say that, I legitimately mean I despise the boss of this quest. This is the territory of Vadis, the White Dragon. There is something in this forest that throws off my senses. What? What do you mean? The one who wants to keep me away. You'll see. I will concentrate on picking up her scent. You should lead me. Do not worry about the details. It will be alright. The Dragon Princess. Let's go. So Lark will actually, every path you take, he will say, "Oh, you're right, you're going the right way." Or if you go the wrong way, he'll say something to the effect of, "My nose is telling me that we are going in the wrong direction because I'm a dog. Do you get it?" And so you will just immediately turn around and try again. So it's nigh impossible to go the wrong direction. And we actually learned our next special technique. We are actually down, to our last two special techniques we have to learn. So I will set up backflip and back kick, which I think they mean flip kick. So I will... Yeah, the list I'm following isn't quite perfect. So they have some of the stuff mislabeled. But it'll do. And once I unlock all of them, I'll be sure to show them off. Right now I'm still going to be sticking to Sparkling Rampage because I will want to take down the boss of this place as quickly as I possibly can. Otherwise, I might actually show you guys what a game over screen looks like. And that'll be embarrassing because that means that I'm terrible at this game. Which is kind of difficult to do because this game really is not that hard. I mean, I'm a little over-leveled, but I have next to no defensive equipment at all. It's just kind of really easy to not get killed by enemies. And Lark keeps stealing my friggin' experience, the jackass. That he is. Another thing is, this place is mostly linear. So, oh, we're going the wrong way. So we need to come back and figure it out. Although, realistically, everything connects in one way or another. So even if he says you're going the wrong way, you can still get to where you want to go. And there's another quest that we will be doing in this place that I will most likely get incredibly lost in. And oh my goodness, I know for a fact I was in the middle of a thought and I did not complete it. I'm really trying my hardest to get better at not doing that so much. Now I have to think back to what I was saying. I can't, I'm sorry. But I will try to be more conscientious. Is that the word I want? I'm not sure. About me not completing my thoughts, because when I have a tendency to just start prattling on about stuff, and then that makes me think of other stuff I should mention, and then I do it mid-thought, and I never get back to what I originally had to say. And it's actually kind of irritating. I know I've said this before, but it's really aggravating to hear yourself be mid-thought and then never complete your sentence. But we are just murdering people. Lark keeps stealing experience. Oh, you're right, I'm sensing you're in this direction because there's only one direction that we can go. We're closing on Vadisa's lair. Let's go. Let's get this treasure first. Ear of wheat. You're right, I sense your scent in this direction. It's like I've done this before. And we have Rattler Boas. Hooray, my favorite enemies. These and Shrieknips take the top spot for least exciting enemy. Or least not annoying, if that's a thing that people can use. Least not annoying enemy in the entire game. But this boss we're about to fight takes the cake for most annoying boss in the game, I think. Aggravator is pretty high up there. The Ancient Tree with Sierra. Lark. Triple dots. So you've finally come this far. Sierra, where is Vadis? Lark. Can you not see what Draconis is trying to do? Several dots. He did not order you to slay dragons for the sake of revenge. He's trying to snatch the mana energy, the source of all power in the world. That I know. Oh my goodness, he knows exactly what's going to happen, and he's still doing it. He's been a terrible person this entire time, and we've been aiding him. That makes us a terrible person. So he's just doing it so that he can get back to the surface, because he is a Dragoon of Draconis, and if Draconis returns, he also returns. And Sierra is the Dragoon of Vadis, the White Dragon. My brother and sister must not shed the blood that they share. Vadis, tell me where the Mana Stone lies. Then you will meet the same fate as the other two dragons. Lark! No! And in deep thought, she decides to say where the Mana Stone is. And without anything, he can just go and get it, and we can walk away from this without even having to fight anybody. And Lark foreshadows the fact that he has a plan, and he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's not entirely a bad guy. And we are free of Lark, and we never have to deal with him again, except not really. But there is no going back now. If Draconis is not stopped, the entire world will suffer at his hands. I know this may sound strange, but you mustn't turn your back on this. I don't... Yeah, I guess I'll help you. Nicology, I wish to ask you a favor. Show me your powers. Now this, my friends, is awful. Do you remember how bad Sierra was by herself? We now have to fight Sierra and the White Dragon at the exact same time. Now luckily, Vadis will just sit there and not do a whole lot. She kind of fades in and out and she uses magic. But Sierra is still the biggest issue here. And you're fighting two of them. And I never really remember where I should stand to not get murdered. So, yeah, she'll tail swipe you if you're too close. And if you're far enough away, she'll start using special techniques. So you kind of want to... If you can take out Sierra first, it's probably better, because she's more likely to kill you. God damn it, Vadis, you piece of shit. Oh god. This isn't looking good. No sleeping. Oh dear. I'm under half health, but luckily Sierra is almost dead. If we can just get her down, I think we stand a pretty good shot at doing it. Alright, so I'm probably not going to die. Unfortunately, I'm sure there are some of you who would have loved to have seen me die. Oh dear! That's a very big explosion you have, young lady. I think this is the first time in a very long time that I've actually had Sierra be the first one to die. I know I always try to get it to work like that, but it hardly ever works out that way. Luckily, we win, and I believe this is another fight where you don't get any experience from the end of it. Hey, we got our second to last special technique. We have one more to get. As I thought, your powers are excellent. I want you to go after Lark. My liege! No! That is for me to do. It will be alright, Sierra. You must save Lark and Nicolaji. So we are not quite done yet, although if you thought we were done, you have clearly never played an RPG before. Because we didn't even fight the final boss of the quest line. But that was a pretty... oh my goodness. Sorry about that. That was a pretty short and easy quest. And I guess I will not end the episode right here, and I will do the next quest for you guys. Because it's one of my favorites, because it's one of the very first quests I ever did when I played this game. Because I didn't know the... well, I didn't know... I knew that there were certain quests you could do that would cause you to be unable to do certain other quests, and if you did them in a certain way, or if you had... what am I trying to say? Had to be a dog. I knew that there were certain quests that you would get after you did certain other quests, but I didn't know the proper order so that you could get all the quests. So I would do them out of order, and I would do Niccolo's Business Unusual first, and then I believe this was the second or third quest I ever ended up doing, and it was just a lot of fun. And what the cactus said there, had to be dog. I never understood the symbolism when I was a kid, which is one of the reasons why I never really liked this quest all that much, because I always thought that Lark was kind of just an asshole. But then you realize that he's a dog, and it's symbolic because he has endless loyalty and all that wonderful traits. And I'm not entirely sure where I want to put this, so I'm going to consult my map really quick. You want to put it directly above Gato Grotto's, and we will do our second quest of the day. Plus, it's this place that we get for the next quest is a beach, and who doesn't like the beach? Actually, I don't like the beach. I mean, it's nice to look at in theory, but then you get there and the water is cold, and you got sand in places sand shouldn't go, and I'm actually terrified of the ocean, and I think that's partly because of video games. Valerie, my love, I can't leave the captain and me shipmates. Must you return to the ship, my darling David? There ain't such thing as freedom for a henchman, love. I know. I should have never fallen in love with a pirate. Oh look, David. Cute little crabs are running around. So they're crabs. Gee, they don't look as crabby today. David, I have... Huh? What's up? Never mind. You get going, I'll hatch it myself. Ooh, hatch? She laid an egg. Ho-ho! Summer lovin'. Now, this will be important later, but you want to crush as many crabs as you can. I can't remember the exact number you want to crush off the top of my head, and the enemy crabs like these don't actually count, I believe. But yeah. So anyway, back to what I was originally saying. I am terrified of the ocean. Mostly, it kind of sounds pathetic to say, but video games honestly gave me this irrational fear of the ocean. I can think of my two most specific examples, which are the lurker shark, I believe is what it was called in Jak and Daxter. The first one scared the shit out of me. I remember walking, or just walking toward, I believe in the second world you go to, walking towards the underwater level, and first of all I was terrified to go towards that level, but you fall in the ocean and there are wooden platforms to get yourself back up on, and if you didn't get yourself back up on in time, you would get eaten. But if you did get yourself back up on in time, it would still just circle the goddamn platform, playing that stupid heart-racing sound effect, and it was terrifying, and I just couldn't handle it. And then the other one, even though I never played the game myself, I remember watching my friend play Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and that shark in, I'm not even sure what world it is, and also the entire underwater level where you have to fight Davy Jones in his locker, or I'm not even sure if it's Davy Jones, it's just in his locker. Scariest thing in the world to me. And what's even better is that this is, I'm just revealing all sorts of stuff about myself, but whales are the scariest animal in the entire animal kingdom to me, which is funny because I am also absolutely fascinated by them. They're also my favorite animal. And it's just, they're terrifying, and just it's weird, and I blame video games. I mean, I can hold a Petri plate that has gonorrhea on it, the bacteria that causes gonorrhea, and be completely fine. But, well, I mean, it's not quite the same. But, I mean, if I was in the ocean and I knew that there was a whale nearby, I would just accept death right there. I would be like, I am not making it through this. I know that whales don't kill people, generally. Except for, you know, Geppetto and Jonah. Although I don't know if Jonah actually died. I would assume that he did. But yeah, whales, man, they're scary as hell. And crushing crabs. And I'm not even entirely sure. Oh, I'm doing a bang-up job of crushing these crabs. I'm not even entirely sure why we're doing what we're doing in this game, or in this level, because the point is that David and his girlfriend are having relationship trouble, and I think it's assumed that we're trying to track them down to help them sort it out, but you'll see it doesn't quite work out, really. You know, this quest doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you really think about it, but I mean, you kind of, for every video game, you kind of have to willfully suspend disbelief. And I did not set my skills for the last special technique. I should do that right now. Evade and defensive lunge. Two ridiculous things I will never actually use. Evade and defensive lunge. Hooray, crabs! I think the number you're looking for is 30, and I believe that they respawn, so you can just kind of come here and farm crabs if you feel the desire to do so. It's not exactly necessary. I'm not even sure it's actually 30. I just know that I've never needed to actually farm crabs, and therefore you probably shouldn't need to either. Oh God, I hope I'm not going the wrong way, although I don't believe I am. We'll find out in a few seconds. I think I know where I'm going. And if I'm going where... Oh, never mind. There are more crabs here. Maybe I am going the right way. I should stop doubting myself. Die, you crab! Damn it. Crab! Damn it. And I can't hear anything, but I believe the music just faded out. Yes, it did! So we are here, down in the area where we have to fight a boss named King Crab! Or what he's actually called, Full Metal Haggard. He is a ridiculous crab. And I believe this guy actually might count toward the total crab number. He's a cool boss. He's a giant crab. What's cooler than giant crab? Nothing. And when you do damage to him, I don't know if it happens if you give him a break, but his eyes actually fall out. Or they're supposed to, I feel like, because... Yeah, there goes one. And he jumps up in the air, and when he comes back down, we'll hit him with a Sparkling Rampage, hopefully, and murder his face off with his spikes. Oh, he's not quite dead yet. And there goes his other eye, and there he goes, back up in the air, and he comes back down. And I get hit accidentally. Oh, and I'm stunned. Sads. But he is almost dead, which is happies. Oh, goodness, I am not faring quite as well as I would like, but he is now dead. And we can defensively lunge all the livelong day and collect our treasure. Hooray! I sound so enthused. And that's the end of that. So we will meet back up with Valerie and David. I ain't gonna leave you alone anymore. We're gonna be together forever. I don't know why his voice just changed like that. If I quit being a pirate, we can be together. All I have to do is give it up my heart for you. But she doesn't want that. And when they were kids, they wanted to see the world and see monster treasure and defend them, and it's adorable. And she's talking about an egg and laying eggs in the future. Aren't I silly? She's dreaming about having an egg. Valerie, now go. I'm gonna hate you if you don't. Go back to your ship. And he goes back to her ship. His ship, saying he'll come back later. And it's adorable. And we have a crab to crush. You stepped on 24 crabs. Lord of Darkness. By the way, this number does not include me. Pop. Let's talk to Valerie, and David says, I won't be able to live with a pirate. I'll hatch the egg myself. That's what's best for happiness. And we got an artifact, a rusty anchor, which sounds like fun. And it's actually... that quest is more depressing than I remembered it being. I feel a little sad now. Oh well. But yeah, I just don't get it, because you go around crushing crabs, and... for what? To help two penguins? Learn about how much they love each other? But anyway, that'll do it for this particular episode. Once I finish talking to my cactus, I will give my outro. And I realized I should probably check on my garden. I haven't done that in quite some time. And I think I have materials to make a new two-handed axe. I'm not sure. Talk to him, crab bashing, ha ha ha. I'm sure some animal rights support groups will not like this quest. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. If you like this part, please hit like. And if you want to... I have no idea what you want to do. But I would recommend subscribing. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.